Hey, softball fans, Steve Butler. I'm swinging a 27-ounce Denny Crine Psycho Supermax. These are on sale at Softball Fan Store for $179, so call them up. And great bat, great performing bat, and I really like the end load. And make sure you tell the guys that Steve Butler sent you, all right? Get a discount. At least like 75% off or something like that, all right? I got all of that one. Now that's what I'm talking about. That's what you got to do. All right, that's good.
Money ball?
Oh, the money ball. Oh, that's like 500 feet. That's like 600 feet on softball fans. All right, you just seen Bob pitching to me, and what I don't do in batting practice is get mad because he's not throwing biscuits. A lot of times, like today, Bob was pitching pretty good. Sometimes it's bad. Sometimes I can't throw a strike for nothing. So here's what I do. When I'm playing leagues and in tournaments, the pitcher is always trying to pitch around me. So when Bob throws one short, in my mind I just say, this is just like in a game, and what's going to happen is, and I tell myself, he may throw me 3 bad pitches in a row, and if he makes a good pitch, I got to kill it. And so that's just like I would do in a game. I'm sitting there waiting for that guy to finally throw me a strike, and when he throws me a strike, I'm going to hit it 900 feet. I'm going to make sure I win this battle. And that's exactly the same thing that I do in batting practice. Bob gets mad at himself when he throws 3 balls in a row, but I don't, because it helps me, first of all, to see and recognize bad pitches, and then when he throws a meat pitch, I make sure that I hit it. Then if I don't, I'm frustrated with myself because I was too anxious, or so it's always a game that you're playing with yourself not to be too anxious and swing at bad pitches. Been getting to the ball. I started back lifting weights 2 or 3 months ago, and in my mind I'm thinking that's messing up my swing because I'm coming out here and in batting practice and in games, I'm not hitting, my home runs are down. I'm still hitting the living far out of it. I mean, I'm hitting, 300 mile an hour, a softball fan, 300 mile an hour ball through the infield. I'm getting on base, but I'm not, I go back, I'm on my way to first base thinking to myself, dadgummit, if I'd hit that ball in the air, I'd have hit it 450. And this has been going on now for like 3 weeks. And then I watched the home run derby Saturday night, and I see Jeremy Eisenhower and then a kid on there named Stevens. And then Greg Cannell gets up there, and even, the great Rusty Bumgardner, Cannell's ball, first ball he hits on the roof back there in left center field, which is a bomb. And then he hits 4 or 5 in a row that were, piss rockets right through the infield. And then he finally hits one over the flags back there. And that's kind of what I've been doing these last 3 months that I'm lifting. And Bob's thinking that, well, you're lifting so heavy that you're too tight. So I'm trying to stretch a lot, and then I'm thinking, well, I had switched from a 28 to a 27 ounce bat because I thought it was too heavy. I wasn't getting, and then it dawned on me what when Cannell was hitting and he was trying to hit it further and further and further, instead of hitting the ball here, which is where he wanted to hit it, he was so aggressive and fast that he was actually hitting the ball out here, and his top hand was rolling over and causing the ball to dive down, and he was golly, man, he was crushing it. You'd like to hit all tournament like that, but not in a home run derby. And so I called Bob, and we were talking about that, and then I called Scott Kirby, a buddy, and man, how awesome it is to have a guy that's a major player be able to call him and talk to him about your swing and stuff. And what we figured out I was doing is that because I've been lifting weights a lot, I'm probably getting stronger in my arms and my hands than I was earlier in the summer. So what I'm doing is I've got too strong of a top hand, and I'm rolling over that bat head. So then, just as soon as he said that, I remembered a video that Masinko did, and he talked about if you're not getting the ball in the air, put your elbows in, and when you put your elbows in, when you bring your elbows in, that causes your hand to rotate around behind. And what Scott told me is that Jeff Hall was the best at that. He would line up his knocking knuckles just like that and swing as hard as anybody in the world, but he still would stay, his bottom head would stay behind the ball and not turn it over. So I don't swing a conventional baseball grip, but what I remembered is that I've gotten lazy with my grip. This top hand right here is kind of, instead of coming back in behind my hand, directly behind it, it's kind of gotten out here where it was comfortable, and I would still hit home runs. But just as soon as my right arm and my hand started getting a little stronger, that created a problem where I was pushing the bat head over. I couldn't figure out what the heck was going on. And I just proved it there with, I would tell Bob, hey Bob, I'm bringing my top hand back around to the right so I can have a strong top hand and hit a ball. Bat head turns over, and there goes my line drive right at the dirt at shortstop. Get my hand back around where it should be for hitting balls up in the air, and keep it. The hand stays behind. I hit the ball, and the bat head doesn't roll over before I hit the ball. So all of that to say is, as much as I practice and love this game and think that I know something about it, I'm always talking to Bob about my swing. I'm calling Scott and and finding out what the heck I'm doing wrong and how to fix it. And it took both of them to get me to realize what I was doing.